Yeah, welcome everyone. If you love what I'm doing here on these platforms, so you can always follow me on our Hype blockchain as Justin Pencil. You can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook. You can also follow me on Twitter as Justin Pencil. Okay, so I'm on YouTube as Justin FS. So yeah, so today we are going to be doing a price action, and we're going to be talking more of technical analysis. So my previous content, we have been doing the introduction to various platforms, but now we are going to be talking about um, price action. Okay, price action. So yeah, so first thing you want to know about price action is all about reading charts, understanding the candlestick pattern, understanding the direction of the chart. So that is what you want to know about price action. Is kind of is a technical format of um, trading. It's a technical format of trading. So it's technical. You need to think. You need to calculate. You need to make sure that what you are doing is right based on your analysis. Okay. So, but there are a lot of things that are involved in technical analysis. So some people use different tools, but today we are going to be doing the first simple pattern we are going to be using is Trendline. So I'm going to be teaching you how to use Trendline to enter a trade and to map out your support, to map out your resistance zone using Trendline. So today we're going to be doing majorly Trendline. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to where to point out your trend line, how to identify a strong trend, how to use your trend line to know the trend of the market. So you use trend line to know whether the price is bearish or is bullish. So when you use trend line, you are going to know where you are in the market, whether you are to buy or you are to sell, right? So if trend line is broken, you know that the market structure is about to change. So what do we do? You change your narrative. If you are selling, you change your narrative from selling to buying, because why? The trend has been broken. What do? You change your bias, your narrative of that trade, right? So now the first thing we are going to do is I want to show you this live chart, this Euro USD, and I want to show you guys how to analyze the forex market or the crypto market generally with trend line. Okay, with trend line. So yeah, this is what we are going to be doing right now. And yeah, so you can use different time frame for this. So I'm going to be teaching you guys how to switch from different time frame quickly and how to apply it on your chart and do your analysis. So you see some traders are just like they use only trend line to make the analysis and they make profit in the forex market. It's all about you knowing your strategy and doing the right thing at the right time. So okay, so we are on Euro USD, and I want to show you guys how to draw trend line, and this is 1 hour time frame, and let's see what daily time frame is doing. So I want to switch to day one. So on day one, you can see that this is our trend line, and I want to use this to if you want to know how to get this tool, it's very simple. This is the trend line. This is the trend line tool on MT5 or MT4. So it's simple. You just click on this. You just click on this tool here to get your you click on it to get your trend line tool. Yeah, so I'm clicking on it now. So yeah, then you click on this, this is the trend line, while this is your horizontal tool. Okay, this is the vertical tool. Okay, then this is just a rectangle just to mapping out your support or resistance zone. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I'm clicking on this. So I've gotten my tool already, so it's duplicated already. So let me delete one. Let's use one. We're going to be using one. Okay, for now. So I want to draw this. You are going to map it from the tip here to where it's going. Okay, so ideally you can see that this uptrend, right, this uptrend is going up, the trend line is going up, right? So what do you think is to buy this daily time frame? You think about buying, not selling. So until this trend is breached, something like this, until this trend is breached this way, then you start thinking of selling. But for now, we are still on buying bias. Okay, so when it breached this way, we are going to think about selling, no longer buy, because our trend line is no longer valid. The bullish bias is no longer valid. So what do? You think about selling, right? But now is we are still valid on buy based on the daily time frame. But we can't just enter buy because daily time frame is telling us to buy. So we need to shuffle the time frame and make proper analysis and look at what the lower time frames are doing, because it's the lower time frame that give the daily time frame the structure, right? So you look at the lower time frame structure like 15 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, right? Yeah. So now how do you this uptrend, so how do you identify downtrend to know if you are to sell? So it's very, very simple. You are going to still use your tool. You're going to make use of your tool again to draw. As you can see, this downtrend, and this is a perfect trend line. This is a perfect trend line. Okay, how did I know that is a perfect trend line? It's very, very perfect. How? Look at this, guys. For you to know a perfect trend line, you must touch the trend line at least 3. Then you know that the trend line is solid. As you can see, this is a perfect trend line, guys. This is a perfect trend line. So what do you do? Let's say you draw this and boom, you touch it, you're going to sell. Boom, you touch it, you're going to sell. This is how you sell the market. This is how you sell the market. And you'll be making this daily time frame, you're making enough profit from here. Now, but as you can see, this is the reason I said once it gets breached, then you are going to stop. Yeah, so whenever the market breach your trend line, you stop and watch it. You don't just hop into the market and keep selling, right? So example is this is it. This we are on this trade. Let's say we draw our trend line this way, and boom, we decide to sell. Boom, we are selling again, right? Now there is a trend line breach. What do? You wait, because that shows that the pattern wants to change, just like it. Look at what it did here. The pattern changed immediately to bullish, right? So now we are seeing a bullish trend. So what do? You start buying. So that is why I say whenever you see a trend line breach, you change your bias immediately. You stop buying. If you are buying, you start thinking of selling. Wait for a sell setup, then you start selling. If you are selling before, you stop selling and start buying. So that is it. That is how to use this trend line, right? So there is you can there is a single trend line. You can do a multiple trend line. Okay, you can do a multiple trend line. It can be ascending or descending trend line. So they have a lot of names you need to know in this trading, and for you to know whether the market is descending or ascending is one other thing, and it's just like saying whether it's bullish or whether it's bearish, right? So it's just the name, but I just want you to know the pattern and what it's doing. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to be telling you I'm going to be using this trend line to identify the trend for you, right? So that is what we're going to be doing today. And so far so good. We have seen Euro USD the breach, and we have seen how to correct it, and we have seen how to follow the trend using this trend line, right? So yeah, so we are going to let's see if we're going to take a live trade. So yeah, but look at, I want to show you guys something. This trend line currently, this look like it wants to breach. Look like it wants to breach, but we are supposed to wait and see confirmation on a lower time frame. So what do you do on a lower time frame? So I'm going to 1 hour time frame to see what the market is actually doing. So 1 hour time frame, so this is what I've mapped out before, but let me delete it and show you guys. So with trend line, you can also use it to map out your support and resistance, right? So now I think this is a strong support for me, and our next video I will show you how to draw support and resistance and how to know your support and resistance. Okay, to me this can be a strong support for me. And what do I do whenever the market tap into my support? Plus my trend line is telling me bullish, and I'm here on my lower time frame, which is 1 hour, and I'm thinking of buying, and the market is at my support level. So what do? You buy. So I'm going to be entering one position, and just to show you guys, this is a demo account. So I want to show you guys that this stuff we are doing really works, that this stuff is really working, right? So yeah, we are using one lot size, and I want us to buy. So because the market is bullish, with I'm identifying the trend with a bullish, and I'm using the trend line to identify the trend which is bullish. And at my level, that is 1 hour time frame, is at my support level. So what do? I want to buy, right? So I'm buying. So let's see what happens. Let's see how this trade goes. Let's go to the charts and see what is happening. Yeah, we on buy already, and the market is about to buy. So yeah, so this type of thing, where do you put your stop loss? You can just put your stop loss here. And put your take profit probably here, and that is it. You watch your trade, right? Yeah, so this is how to map out your support and resistance zone. So we can go back to the 1 hour time frame, and this is the double trend line I was telling you guys about. So let's go to daily time frame, and I want to show you guys how to map out your double trend line. So I will tell you the reason why this double trend line, why I'm drawing this double trend line. So people call it an ascending, descending trend line. So the name does not really matter. I just want you to know the function and what and where to apply it and how to apply it, right? So as you can see, even with the double trend line, you can see that the market, if the market is bearish, is going to be bearish, and if the market is bullish, is going to be bullish, right? So how do we know this? This is a downtrend, is bearish. This uptrend is bullish, right? So even with a double trend line, they're still passing the same message. But the reason why people draw double trend line is just to for them to be able to take multiple entries, like buy and sell at the same time. So I'll give you example. So as you can see, people might see this trade and they will buy because it tap into their support. Yeah, they can call your support and call your resistance, but this downtrend, right? So they can be buying, even with downtrend, they can be buying to here, then they sell. So people can wait for it to touch here, then they will buy. Once it touch this resistance zone, they're going to sell. So this ideally how to map out your support and resistance levels, but we are going to be going in details our next video. So this video is just for teaching you how to draw your trend line. So you draw your trend line from the bottom to the top. You draw it from the bottom to the top for bullish, from the bottom to the top, and you make sure you're touching the wicks. These are the wicks. Make sure it's touching the wicks. So example, if you see this 1 2 3 and probably you draw it again, this 1 2, this signifies that this trend is solid. So whenever I touch it again, it's likely to drop. So that is a top signal for you guys. The same thing goes to this one. Let's say this is our support. This is our support for a buy. So when if I touch it 1 2, the third one is likely to buy up. So it's likely to buy up. So that is the strategy there. That is the idea on trend line. Whenever you are using trend line, that is the idea of trend line. So people see it to map out the strong level in the market. People use it to map out the strong levels in the market. So yeah, so this is what the trend line is all about. And so you can use trend line to do a lot of things. You can use it to do a lot of things. As you can see, you can use it to map out the ascending, descending, and this is what I've just explained. But it's mainly for knowing the trend. That is the major purpose of this video, is to know the trend of the market, and this is what we're able to identify Yeah, we're able to identify the trend, and you can do this many times. As you can see, this is just a downtrend. What you have to do just to bring out your trend line and draw it. This is simple strategy, guys. Whenever I touch here, you say, whenever I touch to this top, you say, whenever I touch to this top, you say, this is that to easy, this is it again, you say. So this is a simple way of trading. So some people keep their trade like this, just simple. So if you have been selling using trend line on this chart, so you would have been making a lot of money. So I'm going to be drawing with this too. Sorry, I'm going to be drawing with our trend line too. So as you can see, guys, this is insane. So make sure it's touching the tips. That's how to draw a perfect trend line. Make sure it's stopping and touching the tips, right? The wicks, right? So the top candles. Now, sorry guys. Now, whenever the market touch to this one, probably you have drawn your trend line, you're waiting for it. Whenever the market touch, you say, then you're waiting for it to touch. If it didn't touch, you wait. So that is it. Patience is needed in this game. Sometimes you see it touch multiple times, sometimes just once, sometimes it just, but these things happen. This is just a daily time frame, but on a lower time frame, you can see it and you can enter your trade. In a week at least, you must surely see at least 3 setups in a week. So this is just a daily time frame. So these things take days to print out, right? So this is example of trend line. This example of trend line. So this is a buy. This is a buy, right? So this is a buy, right? So whenever the market touch, this bottom, and this bottom, so this is a sign of this is a solid buy. This first one might not be convinced enough that it's going to buy, but on your lower time frame, you'll be seeing a good buy signal here on your lower time frame, like 15 minutes. This is another trend line in 15 minutes, and it will be giving you good setup. You can be buying. To use this is another way to use your daily time frame to identify your lower time frame. So you see now, this is an uptrend on your daily time frame. So what do? In your lower time frame, you're going to be seeing your trend line here, and you are going to be picking a multiple trades here. Whenever the market comes down, you are going to be buying, and whenever the market touch your trend line on a daily time frame, you will know where you are, and you know that, yeah, this is another buy opportunity, then you buy. This is how to trade the trend line. So yeah, I believe with this content, this video, you'll be able to draw your trend line based on the trend of the market, and you can now trade with the trend line, pick a trade with the trend line. So this is like a simple strategy using trend line. So let us check our rough trade that we just took and see whether we are in profit or we are in loss, right? So yeah, we are in profit of $78. Let's look at the chart. I want to see what happened in the chart, and I want to see what we have done so far. Though we entered the trade late, see, but it's still a nice signal, right? It's still a nice signal, right? So yeah, this is the power of trend line. The power of trend line plus support. So you see, what we did here is what we did here is we're able to use trend line to know that we are in a bullish trend, right? And that is one. And we're able to use our rentable tool to map out our support zone. So we know we are in bullish zone, as in bullish trend, and that is for our trend line. But here, this rectangular to identify that we are in, what did I call it, support zone. So this is a strong support. How do I know it's support? So it's a support zone because, as you can see, these are noise, right? So you want to make sure that you don't just say here, because this zone is very, very strong. This is like major support zone for this time frame. So you think about buying. This is what you do in the market. So you'll be buying, not selling at this zone, because You can only sell when this zone is being broken and start going down, then start thinking of selling, right? So yeah, thank you very much, and hopefully we can get new content and we can be able to understand more of technical analysis. See you guys another time.